Teens may not be suitable for very young audience. Parental guidance is recommended.
Parang wala ako dito.
Saan ka man naroroon ngayon, Saudi, Japan o Hong Kong, babalik ka rin, babalik ka rin, babalik ka rin. Ang malayo ang narating, Singapore, Australia, Europe o Amerika, babalik at babalik ka rin. Kahit agad mo nang nawala, babalik ka rin, babalik ka rin. Kahit agad mo nang nawala, at babalik ka rin, babalik ka rin.
OFW Headlines. Direkta sa Riwa na Bangkok. OFW Headlines.
Okay, at syempre of course, wala sa magandang araw po sa atin. Nandito naman po tayo sa ating Kalinga sa OFW. At syempre kasama natin dito ang Vice President ng International School for Sustainable Tourism. Ang aking binabanggit po ay si Miss Corazon Alma de Leon, na kung saan ang Corazon ay iniwan niya sa DSWD, samantalang Alma ay iniwan niya sa Civil Service, and of course that De Leon is for Red Cross. Magandang araw po, Ma'am Cora de Leon. Nakamute ka, Ma'am.
Oo, sige.
Yan, ayan na po, okay na po, Ma'am.
Okay na.
Opo.
Oh, I'm very happy na ang bisita natin ay talagang nasa ibang bansa, no?
Opo.
And ito ang interest natin, malaman kung ano yung mga nangyayari. Na-mention ko earlier na 2 tao ang kakilala kong na-assign sa Sabah and did some work there. Si Yusek Lucy Lasso when she was Undersecretary of Labor, and of course, isang kaibigan din natin sa DSWD, si Parisha Taraji. So,
Okay.
I welcome si Marilou na you invited to be with us, at sana hindi lang siya, we can talk to people all over the world.
Yes,
Dahil
ma'am.
marami tayong connect na makakausap natin tungkol sa sitwasyon nila. Thank you, Ulefe.
Babalik ka rin.
Okay, syempre babalik din ang ating mga kababayan na nasa ibang bansa. Sa susunod, tignan natin ang Canada. Okay, ang binabanggit po natin ay galing po ito sa Association for the Welfare of Underprivileged Children in Sabah. Ang ating binabanggit ay si Miss MARILOU Chin. Ayan, magandang araw, Miss MARILOU. Naka-silent ka, ma'am.
Oh, okay,
English
sir.
ko.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Magandang
yes.
hapon po sa ating mga kababayan and then sa Kakampi Radio Online.
Okay.
Lalong-lalo na po sa ating kaibigan na si Miss Penny Cademos, which I met 2 years ago.
Yes.
And it's a great opportunity to know Ma'am Corazon Alma de Leon. Maraming salamat po.
Yan. So, Ma'am Cora, kanina pinag-uusapan namin na ikaw na bago ka pumasok. Ma'am Cora, ikaw muna mauna, ma'am.
Oo. Well, ang programa natin, nakalagay dito ay Kalinga, no? So, gusto nating malaman sa mga nagiging panauhin natin na anong katayuan ng mga Pilipino given this pandemic, plus at the same time, lalo na yung kanilang concern yung mga bata. Kasi, ang nangyayari, pag pinapauwi, yung kumbaga sa Malaysia naging stricto, pinauwi yung mga Pilipino. Naiiwan yung mga asawa at saka mga bata. So gusto nating malaman kay Marilu, ilan yung mga batang nandun ngayon sa Sabah at ano-ano yung, first of all, her work, no? Because opportunity natin malaman what she's doing, na-mention na niya yung kanyang organization, pero siguro malaman natin na she's been there 40 years, I understand, di ba? Tagal na. So, we want to hear from her side, anong istorya niya, what is her story? Si Marilu.
Yan.
Wow. Ma'am, actually, I was married for 40 years. And
With
I was here in
Malaysia?
Sabah, with a Malaysian Sabahan from Sabah.
Sabah.
Okay. I was here from 1981.
Okay.
And ever since, I was longing for our kababayans. And when I realized na napakadami palang mga kababayan dito. And when I realized that I am almost staying in the Philippines. Kasi kahit saan ako magpunta, there are Filipinos everywhere. Mostly from the southern Philippines. Meron din namang mga Pilipino from Manila and from other part of Visayas, which we coordinated as Filipino community. Now, with the 40 years of staying in Malaysia, I became a community leader in Sabah. And we had served many Filipinos who are in dire needs of documentations and work permits because as a matter of fact, I was running manpower agency in Malaysia. This is registered in Malaysia, and we have to have an accreditation from the Philippine Embassy in Kuala Lumpur and the Labor Department over there. But nevertheless, our duty as a leader is to assist our Filipino countrymen, lalong-lalo na po yung mga walang documents. As you may know, Ma'am Corazon, that Sabah is a hub for Southern Filipinos who flee from the Philippines from the year 1970s. Ang dami na nila. So as you ask me, how many children do we have here? There is no definite number. But according to what the consensus always say from the immigration and from security, there are about 400,000 over Filipino children, undocumented Filipino children. We are not talking about those father and mother. Why? Because over the period of years, they are the third and fourth generations of the Filipinos. Dito na sila pinanganak. But they denied access on education. Kasi because of the documents like birth certificate, they were born without it and they were not registered. Maybe hindi sila marunong sa Philippine Embassy, mag-registered, or kasi lahat sila mostly pinanganak lang sa bahay. Sa mga we call them bidan, local midwife, na hindi naman sila nagpupunta sa ospital. Meron din naman nakapunta sa ospital, but because of the absence of the documents of the parents, they could be apprehended by the police or the authorities. So that's why these people delivered babies in the house, in their own houses where they stay. And ang dami nila, as you may know that the longer you stay at home, the more children you will have. Ayan
I know that, yeah.
Yes. And the problem where these children grow up without any education, health, supplies, and all these vaccines and so on. What more about the food? But to be honest with you, in the past years, I felt very burdened to see the children on the street, to see them sniffing glues and become victims of prostitutions and get married at the early age. So I say, Lord, what can I do to these children? They're so underprivileged. They are so unresourceful. The parents are left them without any education, and this is so powerless to the people. And yet, people here in Sabah, especially Malaysians, they provide better educations to the nationals. And yet these children are being left without any educations What more are the illegal immigrants who doesn't have the document and will be sued by the authorities? They will be caught and they will be put in the Red House. We call it Red House. I think Ma'am
Yes.
Cora know all about
Yes.
it. And that they will be put there for how many months before they can be sent back to the Philippines for repatriation, leaving behind their children and their family. So what will happen is these parents will come back again to Sabah to see their families. If they cannot come back, what will happen to the children? So this is a very big issue on the part of the Filipinos and children in Sabah. Filipino children in particular. That's how, as a Filipino Malaysians, I set up this program. Persatuan Kebajikan Anak-anak Miskin Sabah means Association for the Welfare of Underprivileged Children in Sabah, which definitely we are registered under Malaysian, and you must be Malaysian to register this. But my target, Ma'am Cora, are those underprivileged Filipino children who denied access of education. So right now, we had 720 children in our care. We have Stairway to Hope. It's called Stairway to Hope. We have Stairway to Hope Skill Guidance Center in Likas, Kota Kinabalu. This is the home for alternative high school children and Filipino children, okay? And we have Stairway to Hope Suri Inanam, which caters young learners to elementary 6, and also in a part of Sabah in Tuaran. Yeah, we have until primary 3. It's a big job. It's really challenging.
But it's really amazing na although you have been there for some time, recently mo lang naisip na to do something about these children. When did you start this advocacy and this NGO mo na to? Yung
8 years ago,
organization?
ma'am.
8
8 years
okay.
ago. 8 years
Something-
ago.
Which means something happened to you 8 years ago that made you realize that you want to do something about the situation. Diba? Nakita mo, what triggered? What
Okay,
triggered na set up ka? Na
Since
solo
I
mo
have,
lang?
since I have an office in Kampong Ayer in Kota Kinabalu, there was this old cinema that is not opening for business. And every day when I park my car, yung mga bata shoo me away because they sniff glues. They are high of sniffing glues. And I know that they are Filipinos. By 6 o'clock in the evening naman, on the other side of the road beside the small hotel, I saw
women.
young women. I saw young
Yes,
women.
Children, yeah.
They are in the prostitution.
Yeah.
So I felt very sad. Kasi it should not be the way. Why we have to beat that. And you look at the newspaper in Malaysia, in Sabah especially, they will highlight the Filipinos who are drug pushers, dealers,
Prostitutes.
they are robberies, highlighted Filipinos, and it hurts me so much. I say, okay, this is my personal feelings. But in reality, I knew, because once you go out in the market side, you will see those children hovering the street, smoking at the early age. They don't do anything, playing. And in some part of my life, I realized that, hey, these children needs at least education. When they know how to educate themselves, when they know how to live in the society with dignity, when they know that this is the only way to edge up themselves to be a proper person, maybe it could be useful in the 11 to 15 years of their life. You know, that's what we realize. But anyway, our work had been noted by the Philippine Embassy in Kuala Lumpur, which I really brought, because my way of thinking is, if the Malaysian government do not see the needs of these children and they are just like the trash of the society, then at least the Philippine government should do something about this. At least if we know that we are claiming, you know, there's a claim over Sabah because we know that they say that this is a part of the Philippines. What about these children who are growing up so fast? so fast that you cannot imagine how far they can go. So when I brought this last time, the ambassador was Ambassador Malaya on that time, and the labor attaché was the late Santos. And the DSWD is Ma'am Taraji, on that time. No. Nonoy
Before
Ramos? Nonoy
Ah.
Ramos, I think. Nonoy
Secretary?
Ramos. Hindi po, yung the DSWD attaché. Yes.
Attaché.
But Ma'am Taraji was the director
Attaché.
last time. Yes.
Oo.
On that time, I brought up this subject and I showed them, this is it. We started the establishing of the school, the learning centers, and this is how. So by 2012, we were ready. We were ready to adopt these children, and they are helping in a way. Only until 2018, then the DFA had helped us a little bit on our, rentals and teachers honorarium, volunteer teachers.
It makes a lot of difference if the ambassador himself is aware of the problem and is willing to do something about it, because Ed Malaya is a friend, no? Kasi
Yes,
kilala
yes.
ko din siya, no?
And he knows this. He knows me well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I
And
admire
ang
him.
feeling ko very important ang talagang ang mga Philippine ambassadors natin to address those needs. And of course, I remember meron din kaming kaibigan si Mindy Cruz and Louis Cruz. Pareho.
Yes.
Din yan
Yes.
sa Malaysia. Diba?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Nagkakilala
hope
din
that
kayo
we will
dito
be
sa
able-
online, ano ma'am?
Yeah, magkakilala. And now is Ambassador Charles Jose. And when
Charles, na dating ano siya, dati ba siya,
Spokesman.
dati spokesperson niya.
spokesperson, I said, we need to address this. And he is very supportive on this project of continuation. So anyhow, with this COVID, what shall we do?
Stop, everything
Pero,
stop.
oo nga.
No, we did not stop. We go online,
Congratulations
Zoom class,
for that.
online and video. But the challenges are, these people have no data to support the online and video. So we give homeworks to the families, especially the young ones. High school, we started po again after the MCO. MCO here, it was from March to September. March to August. By August, September, October, we ran the school again. But after that, we have the CMCO, means conditional. We cannot do anything. We have to stop schooling. So we go online, especially the high school, because we do realize that we have to teach them continuously. Marami na rin po kaming mga nag-graduate ng high school na nakauwi na sa kanilang lugar sa Pilipinas, and they continue their grade 11 and 12. They took the exam and they passed. Kasi po meron po kaming MOU ng DepEd, Department of Education Philippines, and CFO, Commission on Filipino Overseas.
Overseas, yeah.
So it's really a big difference po na the embassy, the Philippine ambassador, to take a big leap of step to help these people. Thank you po, ma'am.
Yeah.
And not only that,
Go ahead.
during this pandemic, of course, we knew that the Philippines were facing so much calamities and so on. In the part of the children, I manage, I have a core of NGOs that can provide assistance to the families of these children. And we have 366 families for Stairway to Hope. Not forgetting that we also have Filipino community. As a Filipino, Kota Kinabalu Filipino community po naman, I was the former president of the KK Philcom. I was the founder and the president. I thought that it should be the way. Kasi mahirap po dito ang mag-set up ng Filipino community because of yung ano natin, di ba meron tayong claim over SABAH? Kasi pag nag-ano kayo ng Filipino community dito,
They question.
Andiyan na yung mga special branch to question us when we form a group like that. But we take a challenge on developing Filipino community way back also in 2012 when we have Federation of Filipino Associations in Malaysia, which is, Ambassador Ed Malaya made a big leap of difference in organizing this because he had this courage to do that. But anyway, it becomes stronger. And right now, our new president was helping our DSWD attaché, Miss Annie Mendoza, if you know about her.
She used to be my staff when I was regional director of
Oh.
the Department of Social. You give my regards to her. I visited her when she was in Japan. She was also
Okay.
in Japan, and so I'm very happy that she's now there. But is she based in Kuala Lumpur or in?
Yeah. She's
Kuala
based in
Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur. In Sabah, nobody is based
Nobody's
because
there, yeah.
we are an eastern part of Malaysia.
Yeah.
And you have the staff, Mr. Bernard Bonina. He's an incredible person as well. Really,
Good.
he is an incredible DSWD attaché.
Okay.
Very kind-hearted. Yeah.
So, ma'am, meron ditong nagtatanong from Miss Michelle Kader. Ma'am, good morning. May I ask po sa guest ninyo if how we can help po sa isang kababayan natin na napauwi dito sa Pinas pero ang family niya ay nasa Kota Kinabalu. Like what she said, pinanganak po siya sa Sabah. Ano daw po natin siya matutulungan, ma'am? Kawawa naman po kasi, ma'am, matagal na dito sa Pinas, hindi na makauwi sa Sabah.
Okay. Saan siya nakatira sa Pilipinas?
Nandito siya sa isang welcome house, ma'am.
Saan lugar?
Dito sa may Pandakan.
Sa Maynila. If you could ask her to give me the address and the name of the parents and family in Sabah, I will try to locate and discuss with the family on how they can, we can assist them because she's in the Philippines and definitely when she can come here, she need a passport to come here
Yeah, opo.
and see. Yes.
Pero I think the issue is kung may pamilya siya doon, may kapamilya siya na may sponsor siya to go to Malaysia, that's another story. Kasi siyempre magsisimula muna na parang visit, parang
Opo.
tourist muna. Kasi wala naman siyang estado at saka may pera ba siya to go back to Kota Kinabalu. Alam mo, ang Kota Kinabalu ngayon is a tourist spot, no? Na parang
Yes.
marami nagpupunta because my own niece, dalawa silang doktor, they decided for vacation to go to Kota Kinabalu.
Wow.
In other words, it's now an in place for tourists at that time,
Tourists.
no? Before, of course, before the pandemic. But at any rate, if we get used to visiting Sabah, because kahit na ang claim natin hindi pa nare-realize, may reason tayo na to take a step forward. Parang, let us occupy Sabah para it will be more Filipino than Malaysia. That's why I want to see it. Because I myself, I've been to Penang and I've been to Kuala Lumpur.
Okay.
So I was thinking,
Yeah.
why not go to Kota Kinabalu to see the entire picture? Because what I'm interested in Malaysia is their regionalization. Yung yung mga state sila, state of Penang, state ganon, na hindi nangyayari sa atin sa Pilipinas.
Okay, at syempre ang sagot natin dito sa ating listener at sa tanong na ito, pwedeng i-contact natin si Miss MARILOU, no, ma'am? Ibibigay natin sa inyong whereabout lahat.
You can give my telephone contact.
Yes.
And I can discuss with her, and then I can check on with the family.
Yes,
See
yes.
what is the best thing. How can we help her? Does she wants to come to Malaysia? To Sabah? Yes, Ma'am
Kota
Cora has
Kinabalu daw
already
siya
said.
Oo.
Ha?
Kota Kinabalu po
Nakakulong
yun.
siya?
Hindi
Nakakulong
po.
siya?
Hindi po. Parang pinabalik yung bata. Tapos, nasa Kalinga ngayon ng welcome house. Gusto niyang bumalik sa Kota Kinabalu kasi na doon yung family niya.
Of course.
So, ang
Of
unang tanong
course.
dyan, MARILOU, is that may capacity ba yung mga magulang sa Malaysia to take care of that anak because baka kaya nakauwi yun, baka
Nahuli.
sniffing, yes.
Oo.
Baka nahuli.
Meron naging kasalanan. Kasi I've seen that, it is not only in Malaysia yung problema hindi nakapag-aral ang mga bata. Sa France din, sa Paris, they just study sa computer in their own homes dahil hindi pwedeng mag-aral sa regular school. Or
Okay. Ayan.
prevented sila.
At least,
mahal
di
to
ba, ma'am?
study kaya
Di ba anak
Cora.
alam?
nangyayari.
Ma'am Cora,
The first-
sa pamamagitan
the first-
po ng ating OFW, Kalinga sa OFW, pinagdudugtong-dugtong natin ngayon, ano?
Yes, yes.
So, Miss
I
Marilu,
think the
thank you
first
very
thing
much
is
daw.
She must have birth certificate.
Yon.
She must have birth certificate in order to apply for a Philippine passport.
Yan.
When she has a passport, ayan, titingnan natin kung paano natin sila matutulungan.
Siguro
But at the
ikukunik,
moment,
ma'am,
this is
ikukunik
the first
namin
thing.
sila sa inyo, ma'am. Diyan sa
Yes,
inyo.
yes, yes.
Miss Marilu,
Okay,
yun,
no
yun
problem.
pwede natin gagawin. Okay, Miss
Yes.
Cora De Leon, sabi niya, hi po sa inyo, Miss Cora De Leon, ng DSWD, Civil Service at Red Cross. Alam na nila. Ma'am,
Wow.
Thank you.
Okay.
Actually, yun din ang gusto namin. Yung mga Pilipino sa Malaysia, pwede silang mag-organize, maging member ng Philippine Red Cross.
Yan.
Kasi
Ah.
lahat ng Pilipino, gusto namin all over the world, ay maging member ng Red Cross. Kasi hindi man sila member ng Red Cross dun sa kanilang bansa, tumutulong sila dito sa Pilipinas para makatulong na to continue the work that we're trying to do. So, starting
Okay.
with MARILOU, iniimbita natin, iniimbita natin na mag-member ng Red Cross kahit na nasa Malaysia. Although, ang Malaysian Red Cross very active din eh. They
Yes,
already
yes.
received awards and
Yes.
I met them, no? Ang
Yes.
importante ngayon, lahat ng Pilipino na capable to support the Philippine Red Cross, mag-member din ng Red Cross.
How do we,
Red Cross.
eto pala
how
yung...
can we be a member?
Ayun,
Ha?
ma'am. Paano
Hindi,
na maging membro?
we will inform you. We will
Okay.
give you the information how to become, because we will also discuss that. Because any Filipino can be a member of the Red Cross anywhere in the world.
Ah, okay.
Kaya gusto natin, mga OFW, mag-member ng Red Cross kasi pag member sila, matutulungan ng pamilya nila.
Oo nga.
Katulad ng mga tinutulungan mo ngayon, kung there are, kahit man lang to start with, 100 families na gustong mag-member ng Red Cross, member ng Philippine Red Cross, but SABAH.
Ayan. Ma'am Cora, ito na yung mga ilan na sumasagot. Pwede daw po ang maging member ng Red Cross. Ayan. Paano ba daw maging membro ng Red Cross? Yan,
Well,
ma'am.
Okay, merong ginagawa tayo na programa para ma-reach out. In fact, yung mga nagpapatest ng swab test, after
Okay.
the swab test, they fill out an information sheet para kung gusto lang mag-member o mga kapamilya nila mag-member, we can have access. We will inform you on how to become a member.
Yan.
Okay.
Siguro pag-usapan natin sa susunod, ma'am, Ma'am Cora, no?
Oo.
Yes.
Oo nga.
Baka pwede natin
Unahin natin si Marilu.
Marilu po.
Marilu.
Marilu Chin. Yes
Pero
po.
alam mo,
Yes po.
Miss Marilu,
Ang
dadalawin
pangalan
ka
ko po is
namin.
Marilu Salgatar.
Ayan.
Chin.
so
Salgatar po si tatay. Yan po.
I was interested. How did you get to Malaysia? Kasi alam ko you were may recruitment agency ka. But how did you come to have to live in Kota Kinabalu in Sabah? Doon ka ba nakatira ngayon?
Yes, ma'am.
Oo.
The thing was, I was married in the Philippines. Yeah, we met in the
Malaysian.
Philippines. Yes. My
Malaysian.
husband was
nice.
working as a young person in one of the company, Singapore company in
Malaysia.
the Philippines. Then we worked together. We even worked together in Iraq. And then when I went back to the Philippines, sumunod na siya, and then he said he would like to marry me. And then, pagkatapos
But,
nun, on short, nakasal na kami.
Dito kayo kinasal.
Sa Pilipinas po. Ay, actually, nagtanon pa kami. No.
What a romantic story. huh?
It's just a joke. But anyway, when I came to Sabah, to Kota Kinabalu, I noticed that it was a small place.
Yeah.
Diyos ko naman, nalit naman ng airport nila, yung labasan at pasukan, pareho pa rin.
Akala mo,
I thought
isla
we
lang
were staying
natin,
in
ano?
Singapore, yeah. Tapos, I realized na nung makapunta ako sa palengke na maraming mga Pilipino, nabuhayan ako ng loob. Anyway, ma'am, to cut the story short, I love this place. I call it my hometown now.
It's like a paradise.
You know, when we were doing work permit for these people, they'll be coming to my office. It's not that they're giving me, yung mga fishermen, ang daming hipon, ang daming isda. You know, the type of love that you can get from your countrymen, and it's the
Where
same
we
time.
will go and visit Marilu, ha?
Come and eat the good seafood.
After this pandemic,
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
the
Yes, Faye.
Eh,
I
masarap
miss you
kasama
here.
yan si Miss Marilu kasi malakwatse, marami ikot talaga no? Yan, hindi ko yung makalimutan. Yeah, okay ma'am, ito daw ang sabi yung sa Malaysia, nahuli pala itong bata na to. Nahuli
I'm sure.
siya ng Malaysian government, pinauwi dito sa Pilipinas. Pero naiwan yung pamilya niya doon. And she has a
Okay.
Philippine passport. Yun daw po.
She has a
Babae
Philippine
ba?
passport.
Babae?
Yes po. Babae po.
Meron siyang Philippine passport.
Yes, ma'am.
Ngayon, kukontakin ko yung pamilya and see how can we help them.
Yan.
Because,
So,
how can we help them?
Oo. So, sige, bibigay ko kayong dalawa ng contact. Ayan naman yung yung natin, trabaho natin, Ma'am Cora, dito. Ang pagdugtong-dugtongin, yung mga ganitong klase. Miss Marilou, kumustahin naman natin, ha? Bukod yan sa, naku, Ma'am Cora, ang daming umahay sa'yo. Kumustahin natin yung ngayon dyan, in terms of crisis, kumusta?
COVID. You know, when I spoke to you on September, I was boasting. I said we were under control.
Yeah.
And suddenly in September, there were many people affected by COVID, one by one, and the clusters. So far, we have 25 clusters for COVID now, and we have so many already, in Sabah especially. Right after the state elections, nag-spike ang COVID. And the most number of COVID positive were from Sabah, especially in the East Coast region in Lahadatu and Tawau. That was really challenging enough for the Malaysian government, for the NGOs, for the new government that had been elected. I think we are not talking only about our own people. We are talking about the Malaysian society. Many are paranoid, but what can we do? So we are still under conditioned CMCO. It's a conditional, which we have to stay home.
Quarantine.
We have to stay home. We have to, SOPs. We have to have these SOPs and so on and so forth. But the people now cannot stand. They have to open the business.
Okay.
Kasi the economy was getting bad each day, and they have to move. They have to open up with special conditions of SOPs and ng gobyerno, yung permit ng gobyerno. Pero our people, especially, many had been laid off and has no work. And that's the thing. And they cannot travel anywhere. We don't have interstate travel. Like, if I am from Kota Kinabalu, I cannot fly to Kuala Lumpur without any permit or without any police and swab test. And then when I reach Kuala Lumpur, I have to be quarantined for 14 days. Kaya ma'am, hindi kami makakapunta sa Pilipinas. How I long to go back to the Philippines.
Next
We
year.
will host you when you come home.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Of
sure.
Where do you
course.
come from in the Philippines? Taga saan?
I came from the province of Rizal.
I come from Paranaque. So,
Paranaque.
it used to
Nasa
be under
Maynila na
Rizal.
kayo. Yes, last time. But we stay at the end of Rizal, which is Halahala. It's a fishing village in
Very
Halahala.
nice place. Halahala.
Papunta na po sa
Laguna. Yes,
But
the
but my province actually is from Cavite. I was from Imus. Yeah, my father was from there. But I love that place. And I praise God that even the calamity, typhoon of Willis, had it in Rizal, but Halahala Rizal was not affected. Of course, we helped the victims over in Marikina and in Rizal, but for my own town, we were safe. Kasi medyo mataas
Actually,
kami.
the idea, to me, my idea is that kung merong mga nasa abroad, tagahala-hala sila, tulungan nila yung tagahala-hala. Kasi
Ah, yeah.
minsan, di ba, minsan kasi ang nangyayari, ang daming mga tulong na dumarating, ba't hindi nakafocus? So, mas gusto
Yun
ko,
nga eh.
kung ikaw taga roon, doon ka tumulong kasi kapuso mo yun o kadugo mo yun para that way there is really bonding in the provision of assistance.
Yes po,
Ah,
ma'am.
Maganda
And-
yon. And therefore, sabi mo nga, ang halahala, hindi naman masyadong naapekto, kaya okay lang sila. But in the future, sa aking palagay, any organization abroad, kung pwedeng kung taga saan sila, tumulong
Yun ang tulungan.
sa mga
Yes.
naapektuhan na sa kanilang bayan para mas
Yun na nga
maganda.
Okay.
Mas may feeling, di ba?
Okay, ito,
Oo nga.
basahin natin yung ilang mga comments dito.
Comments.
Congratulations sa mga katulad ninyo na tumutulong sa mga OFWs. Yeah? Ganda.
Salamat.
Kay Ma'am Cora, wala kang kasawa-sawa, Ma'am Cora, na tumulong sa iba.
Thank
Di ba? Yun, talaga naman yun ang pinakamasarap na walang sweldo, wala lahat, pero ang sarap tumulong, di ba?
Yes.
Ika nga the best gift is to help. Yeah.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Yeah, that's the best gift.
kay Miss Marilou. Miss
Yes.
Marilou, kamusta daw ang health system sa Malaysia?
Health system. Okay. Regarding vaccines for children, our children had vaccinations for polio and 3M. So, that is good. Kasi nakikita. At saka, I think the Philippine government had asked favor to the Malaysian government to do this or had funded. So, it's good. But in terms of COVID, sad to say, if you go privately, it's very expensive to do swab test and those testing. But if you are found to be COVID positive, you will definitely go to the hospital. And we don't know. We don't really know how much we can pay. But at the moment, the health system is, I don't know how to say this. Accordingly, at least not very good. That was the newspaper say, yeah.
In the government, they will claim it's good, syempre, no? Pero in reality, when you analyze the actual practice, talagang gaps, marami pang gaps. Because
So,
hindi nare-reach yung who should be reached. Kaya,
I think, yeah,
NGOs like you, makaka-identify saan pa ang kailangan tulong.
yes,
Yan.
ma'am. That's why our continuous effort to teach the people, especially the underprivileged people, mga kababayan natin ng mga walang mga documents, nakatira sa mga slum areas and so on. We give food, we give facial masks. Actually, it became the avenue of giving. Like that, I am a member of Lions Club, and they had given us plenty of masks last week. And this one will go to the privileged people of our own nationality. I choose it as our own nationality because I felt that they are deserving to have this because they have no money to buy masks or sanitizers, yung mga sabon. Siyempre, bago sila bumili nun, bibili mo na sila ng pagkain, hindi po ba? So that's a step forward to really looking after their needs. So, yun po sa ating mga kababayan talagang my feeling goes well, lalo na sa mga batang walang makain. That's it. Kaya nga po yung DSW na attaché natin si Miss Annie Mendoza was, assisting. And they give the channels through the Kota Kinabalu Filipino community, which is headed by our president now, President Julieta Tan. It's good because we can reach out. I hope there are more assistance to our people when it comes from the SWD. Yeah.
But, the problem is that even the social welfare attaché can only do so much if they're
Yes.
allowed by the particular government. So,
I understand.
kanila na lang coordination. Kailangan very strong din ng Philippine government to assist the Filipinos there base sa
That's-
pangangailangan, di ba?
That's
Pero
right.
you can be-
That's
you can
right.
be a conduit, you can be a voice, a face and a voice para ano pa yung kailangan ng mga Pilipino doon. Although they are in Malaysia, there are Malaysians also in the Philippines who can help them, di ba? So, parang ang tingin ko ngayon, magkakaroon tayo ng connectedness na yung may mga pamilya dito na Pilipino married to Malaysians na gustong tumulong doon kasi kulang ang assistance doon, matulungan. Pero the fact that you already organized an NGO providing education, malaking bagay na yun. Kaya, to my mind, it is honoring the Filipinos there. Although you're now, are you a Malaysian citizen now?
Yes po, ma'am. Yes po, ma'am.
So therefore, you're already secure in Malaysia na hindi ka na paalisin kasi hindi ka Pilipino na hindi ka na Pilipino. Malaysian.
The thing is,
Ang reality kasi yung mga illegal Filipinos, yun ang pinapauwi eh. Kaya they are not helped to they cannot stay, they cannot work dahil pag naghulihan sila, alam nila kung kailan sila hulihin. Pag sinabi ng gobyerno, pauwiin lahat ng mga illegal, mostly mga Pilipino. Problema na naman ng Pilipinas. Di ba? Ganun na nangyayari.
no, Cora. But the thing is, the allegiance supposed to be with the place of, the country where you're having citizenship.
Yes.
My allegiance, okay.
Yes.
But I say this is humanitarian. That's why in the context of our associations, we are giving alternative educations, health assistance and training to the children regardless of nationality, religion, and races, because there could be some sensitivity over the Malaysian society. So I'm playing it in my association. I'm playing it like we have to provide these services to all the nationalities of the children.
You have a distinct advantage because you're also married to a Malaysian. Kasi as opposed to just a Filipino married to a Malaysian, iba yung pareho na kayong Malaysian, and therefore you are not powerless, as it were.
Yes, yes.
And now, in fact, you are somebody formidable in Malaysian society because you've also held a position in the private sector. At ngayon, if nakita mo beyond that, as you said, 8 years ago, something happened to you and you became very active. So, ito nga yung hinahanap natin because how many MARILOU Shins are there all over the world? Yun ang kailangan natin makita. Kailangan natin ma-meet. And I think our program is precisely that.
I think you should come over. You should come over and visit Sabah. Be our guest.
Thank you. Actually, may mga tours naman sa Kota Kinabalu para we will not be a burden. And I think the reverse, when you have a chance, visit also. Kasi I'd like you to meet the former Tourism Secretary, Mina Gabor. She's our president of the International School for Sustainable Tourism. Ang ngayon natin ay farm tourism.
Wow.
Farm tourism. I hope you can come.
This is good. Farm tourism. Yes.
So if we can touch base and then Mina Gabor, Fe, myself, and we can go and visit and we can explore the possibility.
That is good. Yes.
See you soon. See you soon. See you soon, Miss MARILOU. See you soon.
Seriously, Sabah is a hub for tourism, for ecotourism, farm tourism, and also because we have natures here. Yeah, no wonder. Yeah, we have the best of ecotourism.
Oh, ma'am,
and now they're promoting so much on farming.
Oh, may question po dito. Kamusta po ang trabaho ng mga Pinoy? At kamusta rin po yung mga hiring? Open pa po ba ang SABAH for the mga trabaho?
In fact, at the moment when there is no transportation, airplane transportation and so on, the job seekers are not looking into Malaysia.
Yan.
You see? It's hard. And we have no recruitment. Wala kaming aeroplano. No recruitment at the moment. and many people had been laid off from their work. Now, the menial jobs like in the construction industries will be continuing after the CMCO. And I hope that our people will not lose their job because this is one way for them to earn, to support the families. Uh, of course, that domestics, I don't think there is a recruitment right now. It's very difficult.
Okay.
So, let us wait for the year 2021.
Oo
Yeah.
nga. So, Ma'am Cora, this is for you. Ang sinasabi nila, sobrang hirap na ng nararanasan ngayon ng ating mga kababayan, particular na yung mga OFWs. Ano po masasabi nyo dyan na pwedeng dalahin nila habang nasa ganitong pandemic?
Well, unang-una, ano ba yung skills nila? Kaya palagi natin sinasabi, huwag asahan lang ng gobyerno. Ano yung kakayahan nila na pwede nila magamit? And that is why we are working closely also with TESDA, kaibigan natin. Doon, ano? Tapos at the same time, gusto natin na kung ano man yung kakayahan nila, magamit nila. Kasi ang kailangan nila, kakayahan, kasanayan, para magkaroon sila ng opportunity. Minsan kasi, ang isipan nila, ay wala akong magagawa kasi dati nagtatrabaho ko sa Saudi, wala na yung trabaho sa Saudi. Di yung ginawa mong trabaho sa Saudi, meron bang opportunity sa Pilipinas? Kung wala, anong opportunities ang pwede? For instance, ang driver sa abroad, wala naman siyang mag-drive dito kasi yung mga jeep hindi pwede. So, tricycle sa kanilang barangay, maliit lang ang kita pero hindi siya lumalabas. So, ang sinasabi ko, better na may kita kaysa walang kita.
At wag munang mamimili ngayon, di ba? Wag mo munang mamimili ngayon. Basta may trabaho at medyo kaya natin pasukan.
Yung tatanggap ngayon ng tinatawag natin bonus for Christmas kasi meron ditong mga tulong, wag namang sa Bisaya yata, oras bugas. Ibig sabihin, isang sweep, gagastahin lahat. Siguro, turuan sila na balance kung there are 4 weeks, divide nyo kung ano man pera nyo in 4 weeks. Madaling sabihin, sasabihin nila sa akin, madaling sabihin kasi may pera ka. Hindi, we don't know when the rains will come, when the storm will come. We should be able to have some savings. Yun ang kulang na kulang sa Pilipino, how to learn, how to save, so when the rainy day comes, may kakayahan sila. Yun ang kailangan ituro natin.
Miss Marilou, may mga messages ka ba para sa ating mga kababayan na ngayon ay nanonood sa atin? Dami. Si Eduardo Rosales, yung mga iba pang nandito. Ano po masasabi niyo sa kanila? Kay Rodolfo Cornejo, Happy Family, Rodolfo Biascas, Mr. Rudy Ladiao, Sister Bernadette Guzman. Yan. So sir, ma'am, may mga nais ka bang ipaabot sa kanila? Lalo yung mga OFW natin. Yan,
yung po mga OFW natin na nakabalik sa Pilipinas, sa pinauwi na, wala na ng trabaho. So sabi po ng ating Ma'am Cora, let us do something to survive at the moment. Because this is a survival. Hindi lang po tayo sa buong mundo. Kung pwede po tayo magtanim sa ating mga looban, magtanim tayo. Para in a month or two, mayroon na tayong aanihin. I think this is something that can subsidize our daily expenditure. At saka, wag po muna nating hangarin na mga ibang bansa. Kasi napakahirap. Kahit sa ampung bansa kayo magpunta, naghihirap din po sila. So, this is so true na we live on our own space and we make it better. Kasi, yun ang ano ng Panginoon We must stay. Sabi nga sa kanta dyan, kahit saan tayo makarating, babalik din tayo. So, this is the COVID pandemic time. At kahit saan kayo magpunta, meron tayong worries. So, kung sama-sama tayong mga pamilya, yun po siguro ang pinakamasarap ngayon. At kung ano pong trabaho ang pwede natin gawin, trabahuhin natin. I think, yun po ang magiging desisyon natin sa sarili natin sa panahon ngayon. Huwag po nating isipin ng mga ibang bansa muna kasi talagang mahirap din. Yun ang aking masasabi sa ating mga OFW.
So with that, Miss Marilou Chin, see you soon.
See you soon!
Congratulations
2021. Pati si Ma'am Cora.
Yes, nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting you po. Stay healthy.
Okay,
and
thank
stay
you very much.
safe.
Salamat po. Ayan po si
Merry
Miss Marilu.
Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Ayan po si Miss Marilu Chin ng Association for the Welfare of Underprivileged Children in SABAH. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Alam ko meron ka pang appointment. Okay,
Thank
babalikan
you.
po namin kayo. Kami naman po ni Ma'am Cora mag-uusap dahil sa mga daming mga nanghingi ng suporta at tulong sa atin na pangkaisipan. Yan, pangkaisipan, ma'am. Kasi wala naman tayong ibibigay na in kind, di ba? So sa pangkaisipan, ma'am, ano ba yung pwede nating ibigay, suporta at ayuda sa utak ng ating mga kababayan?
Oo.
Yan.
Well, hindi tayo pwedeng mag-import ng utak.
Yeah, ma'am.
Kung ano na lang nasa utak mo, gamitin mo, i-sharpen mo. At to learn from other people. I have seen na merong mga ibang, even against the difficulties, ay naging successful. Siguro, manood tayo sa television, makinig sa radyo, ang mga istorya ng mga buhay-buhay, paano sila umasenso. In fact, merong mga iba nagbubukas pala ngayon ng negosyo. Yung iba naman, yung dati ng may negosyo, nagsasara na yung kanilang negosyo. Pero whatever it is, ang favorite quotation ko ay yung kay Albert Einstein when he wrote, "We may not be able to change the structure of the universe, but maybe by raising our voice, we can pursue the greatest of all causes, peace on earth, and goodwill among men." Kailangan natin kapayapaan sa puso, sa ating komunidad, and of course, goodwill. Kaya yung pagtulong katulad ni na Marilu, helping others, fantastic yan. So ang atin ay pagsaludo kay Marilu for joining us, and we hope to hear from her again, and we hope to visit SABAH.
Okay, Ma'am Cora, of course, ang sinasabi nga natin dito, yung kalinga sa mga OFWs, ito na yung start, no, Ma'am Cora? Nakita natin,
Yeah.
pinagdudugtong-dugtong natin ang mga malalayong lugar. Tapos, dito natin mapapakinggan kung ano yung mga pwedeng tulong at suporta nila sa ating mga manggagawa. Di ba, Ma'am?
Yes, correct.
Ang sinasabi nitong si Sir Edward, sabi niya, bagay na bagay yung ano daw, yung, ang tawag dito, yung title natin sa ating pinag-uusapan. Yun, di ba? So, with that, sinasabi natin ang OFW, ang kalinga sa OFWs ay hinahandog po natin sa inyong lahat, ang Kakampi Online, and of course, Ma'am Cora Alma de Leon, and of course, si Miss Marilu Chin. Ito yung kalinga natin sa ating mga OFWs. Hindi natin yan makakalimutan, no? At syempre, of course, ang Kakampi Online ay kasapi po ng Philippine Online Broadcasters Association. So, ibig sabihin, tayo po ay registered na ka-online. Yan, diba? So, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat at sana magkita-kits tayo ulit dito sa ating programa. And of course, i-like natin yung Kakampi Online. I-like, share natin ito at pwede tayo mag-subscribe, ma'am, ha? Pakisabi sa ating mga miyembro dyan sa, sa Malaysia. Yan.
Okay.
Okay. Siyempre, ma'am, sinasabi nga ay maraming gusto magpamiyembro sa Red Cross. Yan. Baka sa susunod ay i-discuss natin muna ng 15 minutes paano ba magmiyembro sa Red Cross. Ayan.
Yes.
Di ba? So with that,
Okay.
maraming pong salamat sa inyo lahat mula sa Malaysia. At syempre,
Thank you.
mula din sa Malaysia, mula po sa Paranaque, dito po sa Pasay. Maraming pong salamat. At sa susunod po, kita-kits muli tayo sa Kalinga sa OFW sa Tuesday po muli, 12 o'clock until 1 o'clock.
Thank you.
Kay
Thank
taga
you.